Chapter 52. Leo. Leo thought he'd been busy before. When Calypso set her mind to something, she was a machine. Within a day, she'd gathered enough supplies for a week-long voyage. Food, flasks of water, herbal medicines from her garden. She wove a sail big enough for a small yacht and made enough rope for all of the rigging. She got so much done that by the second day, she asked Leo if he needed any help with his own project. He looked up from the circuit board that was slowly coming together.
If I didn't know better, I'd think you were anxious to get rid of me.
That's a bonus, she admitted. She was dressed for work in a pair of jeans and a grubby white t-shirt. When he asked her about the wardrobe change, she claimed that she'd realized how practical these clothes were after making some for Leo. In the blue jeans, she didn't look much like a goddess. Her t-shirt was covered with grass and dirt stains, like she'd just run through a swirling Gaia. Her feet were bare. Her cinnamon toast hair was tied back, which made her almond eyes look even larger and more startling. Her hands were calloused and blistered from working with the rope. Looking at her, Leo felt a tugging in his stomach that he couldn't quite explain. "So?" she prompted.
So, what?
She nodded at the circuitry. "So, can I help? How is it coming?"
Oh, I'm good here, I guess. If I can wire this thing up to the boat, I should be able to navigate back to the world.
Now all you need is a boat. He tried to read her expression. He wasn't sure if she was annoyed that he was still here, or wistful that she wasn't leaving too. Then he looked at all the supplies she'd stacked up, easily enough for 2 people for several days.
What Gaia said, he hesitated, about you getting off the island? Would you want to try it?
She scowled. What do you mean?
Well, I'm not saying it'd be fun to have you along, always complaining and glaring at me and stuff, but I suppose I could stand it if you wanted to try.
Her expression softened just a little. How noble, she muttered. But no, Leo. If I tried to come with you, your tiny chance of escape would be no chance at all. The gods have placed ancient magic on this island to keep me here. A hero can leave. I cannot. The most important thing is to get you free so that you can stop Gaia. Not that I care what happens to you, she added quickly, but the world's fate is at stake.
Why would you care about that? He asked. I mean, after being away from the world for so long?
She arched her eyebrows, as if surprised that he'd ask a sensible question. I suppose I don't like being told what to do, by Gaia or anyone else. As much as I hate the gods sometimes, over the past 3 millennia, I've come to see they're better than the Titans. They're definitely better than the giants. At least gods keep in touch. Hermes has always been kind to me. And your father, Hephaestus, has often visited. He's a good person. Leo wasn't sure what to make of her faraway tone. She almost sounded like she was pondering his worth, not his dad's. She reached out and closed his mouth. He hadn't realized that it was hanging open. Now, Calypso said, how can I help?
Oh.
He stared down at his project, but when he spoke, he blurted out an idea that had been forming ever since Calypso made his new clothes.
You know that flame-proof cloth? You think you can make me a little bag of that fabric?
He described the dimensions. Calypso waved her hand impatiently. That will only take minutes. Will it help you on your quest?
Yeah, it might save a life. And, could you chip off a little piece of that crystal from your cave? I don't need much.
She frowned. That's an odd request.
Humor me.
All right, consider it done. I'll make the fireproof pouch tonight at the loom, one I've cleaned up. But what can I do now, while my hands are dirty? She held up her calloused, grimy fingers. Leo couldn't help thinking that there was nothing hotter than a girl who didn't mind getting her hands dirty. But of course, that was just a general comment. Didn't apply to Calypso, obviously.
Well, he said, you can twist some more bronze coils. But that's kind of specialized.
She pushed in next to him on the bench and began to work, her hands braiding the bronze wiring faster than he could have. Just like weaving, she said. This isn't so hard.
Uh-huh,
Leo said.
Well, if you ever get off this island and want a job, let me know. You're not a total klutz.
She smirked. A job, eh? Making things in your forge?
Nah, we could start our own shop,
Leo said, surprising himself. Starting a machine shop had always been one of his dreams, but he'd never told anyone about it.
Leo and Calypso's Garage. Auto repair and mechanical monsters.
Fresh fruits and vegetables? Calypso offered.
Cider and stew, Leo added. We could even provide entertainment. You could sing, and I could, randomly burst into flames.